This day has been so boring. Literally all I'm doing, putting this sticker on this box. What the fuck, the lighting. And then putting this inside the box. Fun. I just decided I'm just gonna start vlogging my days because sometimes crazy shit happens to me. So I was like, you know what, screw it. Right now I'm literally the only one here today. Like, all of my coworkers are gone besides me. Usually we'd be making a pot pie that goes inside this box. All the proceeds go to domestic violence shelters. It's really easy work. We do everything homemade. Like, I make the dough. And then, like, we all work together to put the pies together. And then today, on some broke shit, I'm going to BioLife to donate plasma. Because I probably can't post this now, but I'm still in the domestic violence shelter. Thanks, Dad. So yeah, I need to save up for an apartment of my own and start my whole life over. And on top of that, I totaled my car in January. That car was nice too. And I was just like, don't want to be alive anymore. I don't know what I ran into, but I woke up in the hospital. Clearly God's like, it's not your time yet. And I'm like, why not? But yeah, now my car is totaled completely. I put a hole in the transmission. And still to this day, I have no idea what I hit, bro. I don't know. I'm so scared to call and figure out what happened. Like, I just keep putting it off. It's so bad. Like, I just woke up in the hospital and I remember, like, they put those, like, things on my chest. Did somebody open the back door? They put these things on my chest and it cut off. But they put these things on my chest. I don't even remember. I don't know what they're for. To monitor some shit. And I woke up and I'm like, what is on me? Like, I woke up trying to rip it off. Like, what's touching me? Like, get off of me. And then I realized that I was in the hospital. And I'm like, oh, fuck, how did I get here, bro? So I must have, like, got knocked out in the wreck. Like, I must have went unconscious because I don't remember wrecking. I don't know how I wrecked. I don't know where I wrecked. Like, I have absolutely no idea what happened. Aside from the fact that I wrecked and woke up in the hospital. And then the motherfuckers, they wanted to charge me. And, like, when I looked in my car, there was a ticket in my car. And they towed my car, went and got it out. Cost like $300, $400 to get it out of the place. Just to find out that it was completely totaled and there's a hole in the transmission. So I should have just left it there. And I would have saved myself like $300. Ended up giving it to Pick and Pull. So I got like $500 out of it, which isn't bad, but it's like, my car is gone. And they charged me with a hit and run. I'm like, I woke up in the hospital. I wasn't running anywhere. I was fucking unconscious. Like, obviously I got knocked out if I don't remember anything. So what? But I've heard the cops out here, like, fucked up in the head, so it wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't surprise me if they're just trying to bury anybody they can and get as much money as they can get. Because that's how the system goes. Franklin County is the same fucking way. Women will get beat on and beat on and beat on and they don't say a word. But as soon as somebody's like drinking underage, oh yeah, you're going to jail. It's ridiculous. And the cops, they knew. When I was like basically homeless because I didn't want to live with my dad anymore and get my ass beat. So I would go to Walmart parking lot and sleep in my car. And yeah, half the time I was drinking, because the fuck, I'm homeless at 19 years old, and I have no family that cares to help me out of that situation. So you bet your ass I was fucking drinking, bro. Like, what do you expect? And the cops, they knew that I'd be sitting there, so they would fucking pull up and arrest me. And they knew I'd be like, my town was small, so it didn't fucking matter where I went. They just knew. And it's honestly so sad, because it's like, you knew how my dad was, because he has domestic charges dating back to before I was born. So it's like, you know exactly how he is. But yet, you don't care. And it's because half of those cops are the same way. When they did arrest me, they would like, oh shit, that's empty. They would manhandle me, like throw me around, like, it was just so unnecessary. Like, it wasn't like I was like fighting them or like trying to run. No, they just did it because they hate women and they love the power that they have. And that's exactly how my dad is. And it's just like, I honestly truly believe Warren County was the only county that listened to me, and they arrested my dad. And I have a restraining order now. But I honestly truly believe that my dad is an informant for Franklin County, and he just like rats on everybody and gets away with everything. Because he's been dealing drugs and cooking for God knows how long. Like, me and my mom thought that he was sober for like a while. Nah, come to find out, my Uncle Ronnie, he was like, yeah, your dad, he was asking me where he could find drugs. Because my uncle, he was an addict in the past. And this was, he said, in 2012. I was born in 2002. And he had told my mom that he quit doing drugs once I was born. So my thing is like, did he ever quit doing drugs? Or has he just like always been doing this? And then looking back, I'm like, okay, is that how you paid for mom's boob job? You were just selling meth? Is that how you paid for her fucking eye surgery and her hand surgery? Like, where is all this money coming from? On top of that, like, we built a brand new house around the same time that my mom got a boob job. Like, we don't have that kind of... My dad's a construction worker. So a part of me, it's like, Mom, did you know? And you just wanted the extra money? I don't know, dude. There's so many things that I don't know. And I love my mom, but at this point, it's like, girl, you're on your own because you didn't protect me, so I don't know what you want me to do for you. Like, I used to get in between my mom and dad and like scream, leave her alone, get away from her. Like, I was always protecting my mom, but once I got older, it was probably like 15. Whenever, you know, like my mom and dad, they get into it, and I would come in between them, tell my dad to leave her alone. Well, I guess he decided I was old enough to get a beating too. Because instead of going after my mom, he would go after me. And like my mom knew that. That's why she got the divorce. And then she continued to let me live with him for 5 years. Like, I just got out in 2024. It's 2025. I finally just got away. And it took me getting put in the fucking hospital. He put me in the ER, my own dad. And that's what it took for me to finally be like, okay, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. But that's just wild. Like, that goes to show how forgiving of a person I am. On top of that, it's my dad, so it's like easier to forgive him, I guess. I don't know. So now I'm at a shelter, and it's like, if my mom was more supportive, I wouldn't, I don't know. Like, I could have got out of that situation of my dad beating me every other day. It's like, did you want him to kill me? Because that's where it was going. He was gonna fucking kill me. He thought that I was dead multiple times and tried to make it out to be suicide. Like, there's so many stories I could go into. So many stories. He literally thought I was dead so many times because he beat me that fucking bad. And my mom wanted to be like, oh, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Like, she just, like, downplayed it. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with her brain. I really don't. But she's always been like that. Like, the type to choose a man over her kids. Like, she was more there for my dad than her kids. And that's how she is now with her new husband. So, that just says everything in itself. And I love her. Like, I know she was abused too. I know she didn't deserve that either. But you think her, of all people, would understand what it's like to go through that abuse. And instead of helping me, she was complaining to me about how I didn't have a job. Yeah, like, it's kind of hard to want to work or be able to work whenever you're getting your shit beat in every other day. And then, like, on top of that, being, like, secluded, because my dad wouldn't take me to work. I would walk if I was close enough, or I would end up at a point where he was controlling everything I did to where, okay, so I had my Mazda. He lied and told me that the Mazda was in his name. So anytime I would leave, he would report the car stolen. So we would get in an argument, and I would leave in my car that I paid for. Gas, insurance, everything, I paid for it. And he would call the cops and be like, oh, hey, she's out driving my car and took it. Go get her. So I'd have the cops call on my phone. Your dad, he said that the title's in his name and he reported the car stolen. So you better get back home, otherwise we're going to have to come deal with you. Just so I couldn't leave. Mind you, the Mazda was in my name the whole time. I could have left years ago. But no. I didn't know. I genuinely thought, I was like, okay, it was in my dad's name. Because I was young at the time I got that car. I didn't really understand how any of the legalization, all that works to get a car. And my dad was like, I'll make it easy on you and I'll get it together, get it in order, so then you can just go drive your car, go get the inspection, you're good to go. I'm like, okay, sweet. Thinking it was like a great deal that he was helping me out. No, he was trying to control what I did. He would sit there and be like, where do you think you're going? Where do you think you're going? And that's like the same thing that he would say to my mom. I'm like, excuse me? He'd be like, where are you going dressed up? Why are you all dressed up? Where do you think you're going? Just like that. So then he got me a blazer for my Christmas birthday present. It was a Trailblazer. My Mazda ended up crapping out, and then he ended up getting me it, and I was very thankful that he got me a car. Well, the title was in his name again, and then my very first thought, this isn't gonna be my car. This isn't my car. Mind you, that was like the only thing I got for Christmas that year too, because cars are expensive. So I was just like trying to be hopeful. And I asked him, I was like, hey, can we go in and switch the title into my name? So that, like, that way it's my car, it's in my name. If anything happens, it's my responsibility. Kept saying, yeah, we'll get around to it, kiddo. We will, I promise. Da 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 da. Never did. Same fucking story. Every time I left, he would report the car stolen. And then it got to the point where he would tell all of his friends that it was his car, even though he had told me that it was my birthday and Christmas present. My birthday is January 5th, so it's like really close to December. So he would tell his friends that I was insane and I kept trying to steal his car from him whenever he gave it to me. Mind you, he totaled his truck because he was drunk off his ass. Totaled his truck, and then he totaled that fucking Blazer too. Karma's a bitch, huh? It got to the point, like, I tried to move in with my friend Liz, and he took all my clothes and held them hostage. And he told me, like, he didn't want me to move out and wouldn't let me get my clothes. So me and Liz had to sneak in when he wasn't home just to get my shit so I could move out. Like, that's weird. Like, that's some shit a boyfriend would do to, like, try to not make their girlfriend leave and, like, you know what I mean? Like, what? That's my dad. Like my friend Liz, she was like, she was all for it. She's kind of crazy. She was like, we're going to get your clothes. Come on, we're breaking in. She went as far as to be like, we're going to snoop through his room. And then you can call the cops and show them the drugs, and your brothers won't have to be around this shit anymore. Because that's the only reason why I stayed there. I didn't want to leave my brothers there around the drugs. I wasn't going to fucking leave them in a hellhole like that. But I couldn't take it anymore. He was going to end up killing me. So I moved in with Liz. And me and Liz decided we were going to try to find any evidence we could to get him arrested and get him locked up. Or just get him to not have custody of them. Like, how are you doing? Like, how are you smoking meth in the basement with your kids upstairs? There was times where I would go to do the laundry because my dad wasn't doing shit. And I went to do the laundry. Wyatt said, I want my Nirvana hoodie. Like, can somebody wash my Nirvana hoodie? I really want, look at all these boxes. I really want to wear it tomorrow. And I was like, yeah, I'll go wash it for you. I went to the laundry. And I picked up this jacket. And mind you, I saw like a little baggie inside the jacket. And I was just kind of leery. Like, as soon as I grabbed it, I was like barely picking it up, like holding it by the littlest piece of fabric. So I didn't want to touch it. It was meth. There was a bag of meth in the pockets. But the thing is, she threw it in the dirty clothes. So that meth was all over my brother's clothes. All over his fucking Nirvana hoodie. And I freaked out. And I ended up throwing away I don't know, like I could have just washed it, but I was freaking out. I was like, I'm throwing away all the clothes. Like, I cannot risk my brother getting this in his skin. Because, like, if he even barely touched it, like, it could go into his system. It looks like a rock almost. Like a rock from the ground, you know what I mean? Like, it looks like a crystal. Like, he was young. He didn't know what it was. It's like shit like that. Like, even just them making a sandwich. Like, I had to make sure they put a plate down or a napkin or something. Because what if there was drugs on the counter and they're making a sandwich? Okay, well, now there's meth and drugs on your food. It's just shit like that I had to worry about all the time. And there was like, I just had to leave. There was nothing I could do but just leave because I was so tired of being in fear for my life. And it took up until March of 2024 for my dad to lose custody. And it was my doing because I called the cops on him for putting me in the hospital. And my brother Wyatt was there. So he got child endangerment and domestic assault. Now my brothers don't have to see him anymore. My brother Wyatt, he hates me for it. Which is exactly why my mom didn't try to call the cops, because she knew my brothers would hate her. So I guess it's all left on to me now. Now I get to deal with everything. And I get to be the one that's hated. But you know what? I don't give a fuck, because at least I know those kids are safe. And at least I know they're not around drugs anymore.